I'm Matthew Walster, and I'm here talking to a man from F-Secure. What is your name, please?
Mika Stolberg is my name.
And what is your position at F-Secure?
I'm the program manager for our security research program.
So, F-Secure is a sponsor here at Assembly 2007. What does F-Secure do?
F-Secure is a security company. Mostly we do antivirus, but we do have other kinds of security products as well, like anti-spam, anti-spyware, personal firewalls, all sorts of things that kind of goes with the territory. But we're generally known as an antivirus company.
Antivirus company. So is it just for servers, or can individual persons get this antivirus as well?
Yeah, we do have both products for corporate users and home users. And we do have server products as well, but I would say that we mainly focus on the desktop.
Good. So with these home products, with the antivirus and whatever, obviously a lot of people at Assembly are very technically minded. They're very interested in things such as antivirus. How do researchers work on the antivirus software? How do they research viruses?
Well, first of all, we have a fairly complex system for getting samples from our customers and from competitors. Antivirus companies share samples so that nobody gets any kind of advantage for holding samples from others.
Yeah.
And then we prioritize those samples, and then some of our analysts start working on those samples in a prioritized order. Actually, the problem is that we get so many samples that that we have to work very quickly on samples that are not that interesting, in a sense. So basically we try to find those samples that are very interesting and look at those carefully, and the analysts love that, of course. They can work on a sample for several days, and the rest of the samples we just take a look, verify that they are malware, and add detection to our product as soon as possible.
So these analysts, they must be very clever to look through all these virus samples and work out what they're doing. Do you have to understand machine code and assembler and all these things, or can any technical-minded person come to it?
Well, typically all of our researchers, they are very fluent in assembly language, so they can read it like normal language, basically. But there are cases where you don't have to read the machine code of the virus. Well, script viruses is a good example. If a virus is written with VB script, you just have to be very good at understanding obfuscated VB script.
Yeah.
Then, as I said, we get so many samples that we don't get to spend a lot of time on individual samples. So that means that we have to find ways to do that faster. And typically the way to do analysis fast is to do some sort of a behavior analysis, like running it on a computer, seeing what it does. And basically that doesn't require knowledge of assembly language. But yeah, still, I would say all of our analysts do know assembly.
Right. I mean, 10 years ago, when antivirus products were out, it was because people were swapping files between each other and they were attaching themselves to documents. Today, in the world of the internet and the web and email, what is your main source of virus sampled data?
Well, our main source, it's very difficult to say what is the main source, because the quality of the samples we get, we could get a lot of samples from a source, but we might have detection for all of those already.
Right.
But I would say that very often the best quality samples, when we get something very important and interesting, are our customers. They see that their computer is acting up and they want to know what's wrong, and then perhaps they find a file that shouldn't be there, and then they send it to us, and then we take a look and tell them whether or not it's okay or not.
Right. So if say a virus writer has just released a new variant of an existing virus, and there is no way that you could have programmed for that because it's entirely new, never seen it before. How can an antivirus program recognise this and warn you what's happening?
Well, there are many layers of defense. First of all, the signature-based detection, as you mentioned, typically doesn't work for new variants or completely new viruses. Heuristical detection might also fail if a family is completely new.
Right.
And then we have, for instance, in our product, we have these behavior blocking mechanisms where if a file or if a program does something, the user gets asked, like, are you sure that this program is supposed to be doing this? This is very dangerous. And for instance, in that case, the user has a submit to F-Secure button that he or she could use to send it to F-Secure, and then we take a look what it actually is.
And so, who is F-Secure? I mean, is it an American company, a Finnish company? Who are they?
Well, F-Secure's headquarters are here in Helsinki, actually, not too far away. But we do have offices in several countries, and we do have even R&D, like research and development, in Helsinki. Then we have some in Oulu, which is in northern part of Finland, and then we have a lab in Kuala Lumpur. And actually that's how we get this 24/7 coverage, because we have one shift working in Helsinki, and then 6 hours away we have 2 shifts in Kuala Lumpur.
You anticipated my next question, which is, it is a 24-hour business. Is there somebody working every hour of every day looking for these samples and working with them?
Yes.
So, F-Secure Virus, you have a stand at Assembly just next to the info desk, and it's scanning around. Do you know anything about that stand?
Well, yeah, I've been there talking to people and actually trying to crack the F-Secure challenge. Wasn't too successful yet with the second level,
right.
But like people seem to be very interested in that, and that's actually, virus writers do try to obfuscate and encrypt their viruses, or they almost always do that. So reverse engineering viruses is very difficult because you have to try to crack the encryption, and that's why these challenges are very good training, because they have similar tricks.
Oh, right, okay.
Like they have the writer of the challenge has made it as difficult as possible to reverse engineer.
Oh, right, okay. And you say you were getting onto the second level. How many levels are there, or do we not know?
There are 3 levels.
3 levels. Okay.
Yeah, and when I left the stand, there were 22 people who had finished all 3 levels.
I was noticing you have a second screen as well with Bluetooth names of devices that have gone by and number of viruses. Now, apart from the ACAR test file, which is not a real virus, it's a test program, I noticed there's been no viruses gone around. However, last year I saw your screen was full of them, as though Assembly was on an outbreak. How common are these Bluetooth viruses that go phone to phone?
It really depends. Some year they might be common here, next year not. They are common in Southeast Asia and also in Europe. But there are currently roughly 370 different mobile phone viruses, like in total. So the number of different viruses isn't that much, but some of those viruses are going around still after several years.
Because not many phones have antivirus software. So. So, just to conclude, F-Secure Antivirus, if somebody went to your website or to a dealer, how much would they look to spend as a person on F-Secure Antivirus?
Well, it somewhat depends on country to country. In Finland, our personal IS 2007 suite costs a little less than 80 euros.
Oh, right, okay. And I hear you've got a tool on the web as well to help scan individual files. Is that right?
Actually, you can scan individual computers. There's the F-Secure online scanner is free to use, and you can do an on-demand scan on a system. It doesn't provide real-time protection, but you can scan your system. It's an ActiveX component, so it requires Windows.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say from F-Secure?
Well, we're hiring.
You're hiring.
So if you if you like reverse engineering or are into computer security, please drop by our stand.
And they'll be manned all the time. Will you be on there later, or?
I will be there at least today.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's manned 24/7. Some of the guys might be sleeping upstairs or something.
That's fair. Yes.
But I don't know. But yeah, we're here tomorrow as well.
Okay. So that's about it from our interview. If you want to go and see the F-Secure stand, it's right by the main entrance and the info desk just round to your left as you go in. So that's about it from F-Secure, and I'm Matthew Walsh. You've been watching Assembly TV 2007, and we'll have some interesting programming up for you very, very soon. The next compo is at 1500, freestyle music.